Shabbat Shalom, Zion. So first of all, I want to give all praises to the great I am. So this is not going to be a lesson, just a praise report. And in the last 3 months, I've been getting a lot of feedback from you all, testimonials on how you've been witnessing to your people, whether it be your brother, sister, father, mother, grandmother, your co-workers, what have you. And you all been saying that how at first they were like just tripping and everything about this truth about our awakening. But now a lot of them are coming back and starting to ask questions amongst you. And that's awesome, Zion, because that tells us that the Spirit is moving upon our people. And whenever I get an email from you all telling me about how the Most High is so powerful and it's so good that your people are waking up because of your testimonies, it reminds me of Romans chapter 8 and verse 16, where it says, the Ruach itself bears witness with our Ruach that we are the children of Yah. And that's a very powerful testimony, because when you read Isaiah 11:11 and verse 12 and Zephaniah 3:10, everything is coming to pass just like the Most High said it would. His people are waking up all over. And what's really great is that the northern tribes are starting to wake up, as it said in Isaiah 11:11, in parts of Africa, the Middle East, and the Mediterranean. And we know that the camps of Judah are spread to the four corners of the earth. So let's go to Isaiah right quick. We're going to read Isaiah 11:11, and we're going to read verse 12, because this is so powerful. This is happening right before our very eyes. And I'm going to read this in the King James Version for the sake of the new believers. So it says, and it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, and from Egypt, and from Pathros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from the Hamath, and from the islands of the sea, which is the Mediterranean islands. And it's amazing. We're seeing this right now, and our brothers who are scattered in those regions, our brothers and sisters, they are waking up, and people are bearing testimony to that. And it goes on to say in verse 12, and he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners. There's your two split kingdoms right there. The Most High is gathering his people together. So right now we're going through the awakening stage. That's the first stage. And once we go through this awakening stage, we become conscious. Then we begin to search out the Most High even more. Then we start getting back into his laws, his feast days, keeping his laws, commandments, and statutes, and observing this weekly Shabbat. And I'm telling you, that's where the power is going to come in at. And I'm telling you, once we start really waking up the way we should be waking up, it's going to be trouble for the heathen. It's going to be trouble in the camp. It's going to be game over. Now, in saying that, Zion, many of us have been blessed with various talents. And I can't stress enough, we have to find a way to contribute. And I'm not talking about money. I'm not talking about greed. I'm talking about finding a way to push this gospel to our brothers and sisters even harder, because these heathen nations are under great pressure. So they know we're waking up. So they're trying to make changes to YouTube. They're trying to make changes to social media so that we cannot present ourselves, present our families, our beautiful black families. They want to find a way to try to shut us up. That's what's happening right now, because they know that this is not a movement. This is an awakening, Zion. This is nothing like anything that has ever happened on the face of this earth. The two kingdoms are literally coming together. We are waking up. Now, it may not seem like it's happening fast enough for many of our people, but it's happening, Zion. It really is. And I want to share a testimony of a brother who's actually bearing witness of our brothers and sisters who are waking up in Africa. Now, some of you probably already seen this title before or this video, and he's one of many brothers who are bearing witness and testimony, like many of us who are doing video lessons and what have you. But a lot of our brothers are bearing witness to the truth and to the real facts that our people are really waking up, and they're actually over in those parts of the regions in Africa, parts of the Middle East, and the Mediterranean. And our people are bearing witness all over, but it's called the ether, the burning of the 12 tribe chart, and Brother Jonathan. So I'm going to leave a link to this particular video in the description box, and you can just go there and check it out. But just to tell you, Zion, our people are bearing witness. And this chart that these camps are pushing, I'm telling you, they're going to have to come to the realization. They're going to have to come to the point where they're going to have no other choice but to abandon that chart, or they're going to die clinging to it. When the Most High told our people to drive out the Canaanites, when you go read the book of Judges, chapter 1, all the tribes did not drive out those Canaanites. They dwelt among them. And then what happened? Hundreds of years later, they came back to just to enslave them. And that's what I'm talking about, Zion. So we're bringing wickedness into Zion by clinging and allowing these heathens to be amongst us. And just like our forefathers of old who refused to drive the Canaanites out, the heathens, these camps refuse to deny that wicked chart. And I'm afraid that their pride is going to be so deep and so great that they're going to cling on to it even unto death, which is a very sad thing, because the kingdom of heaven is worth way more than that, Zion. And you're going to die over some heathens, over the Most High's word. I mean, that's sad. That's extremely sad. So Zion, we got to find a way to contribute. We got to push this gospel like never before. And if you don't know how you're going to do it, you don't know what methods you're going to use, then pray, fast. You know, it may take a couple of days before the Most High gives you an answer, but just pray about it and ask for understanding and how the Most High wants you to approach this and to preach this gospel. And many of you have been doing that. And just by witnessing alone, your testimony, you know, you living the righteous acts is a testimony in itself to your brothers and sisters. You know, they may get mad, they may call you self-righteous, but you know what? You're doing what the Most High has told you to do. And me personally, I am super excited, Zion. I'm ecstatic, because just the thought and to see people bearing witness of our people waking up, you know, like the brother I showed you and many other brothers who are bearing witness in those regions, as we read in Isaiah 11:11 and verse 12, who are bearing witness. I mean, it's a great, amazing thing to see. And this thing is real. It is so super real, Zion. But these things must take place. And like I said before, the awakening is just the first stage. And I'm really looking forward to the next couple of years to see how many of our people, well, we don't really know how many because our people are waking up every day, but it's going to be interesting to see what conspires and what takes place within the next couple of years. And we're going to see some stuff, Zion. So put on your seatbelts and buckle up, because it's going to be one hell of a ride. But the good thing is that we have nothing to fear. You know, we don't have the spirit of fear. You know, we have the power of the Most High, and we are the children of the Most High. So we should not be fearing death or anything else. The thing that we need to be doing is getting this gospel, allowing the Most High to use us as a vessel to reach our other brothers and sisters. I should say our sleeping brothers and sisters. So keep pushing. Yeah, they're going to get mad at you. Your people are going to get mad. They're going to get frustrated. They're not going to want to hear it. They're going to reject you. But if they reject you, just step back, pray, and then let them come to you. You know, let them come to you. Things will start happening. They'll begin to see things are getting really bad, and they'll remember that word you told them. I remember when my niece told me that I'm an Israelite. Well, what she mean by that? Let me go and ask her. You know, that thought's going to be in their mind, and that's what's happening, Zion. So, you know, rejoice, because the Ruach The Spirit of the Most High is moving upon his people. And it's just a matter of time before all hell breaks loose. And if Yah's willing, and as long as my channel is up, I have a lot of things planned for 2020. And our new year is going to start between March and April. So that's going to be our new year. But I want to get more deeper into Revelation. We're going to talk more about that. We're just going to get into some deeper stuff. I want to focus more on the awakening of our people and showing testimonies of our people bearing witness to that. I mean, it's going to be exciting, Zion. And already we're seeing a lot happen. It's just so much going on right now. You can't even keep up with this stuff. There's so much going on. But just rejoice and know that the Ruach of the Most High is moving upon his people. And we have nothing to fear. That's without. We have nothing to fear. So with that being said, I'm going to leave you with Revelation 14:12. And I say shalom and stay strong.